What's up YouTube, I'm Jables. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to unbox Grand Moff Tarkin from A New Hope. This is one of the OG bad guys from the original Star Wars movie. It's going to be great to finally open this guy up and get him on the shelf because Mr. Tarkin here is supposed to have one phenomenal head sculpt. And I believe it. It looks really incredible on the box here. I know this is kind of a grail figure for a lot of people, especially if you have the Darth Vader and Tarkin 2-pack. I don't have the 2-pack, I bought him separately, and I wound up picking up the Darth Vader recently too, so we're going to open that up next. And we'll get those two side by side on my A New Hope shelf, and that'll be pretty much the last pieces I have to complete that shelf, so pretty excited. Let's go ahead and open this box up and see what's inside. Alright, let's look at the box real quick of Grand Moff Tarkin. He's a really epic looking stoic face right there. He looks very serious, very stern. Definitely would strike fear into me if he was staring at me like that. He's wearing a pretty unique olive green looking suit here that you don't see on any other action figures from Star Wars or Hot Toys so far. He's got his little access keys in his pocket here and his rank insignia. This is MMS 433 from Hot Toys, Movie Masterpiece series. In case you're wondering what Grand Moff means, I think a Grand Admiral is like the commander of maybe the army. So Grand Moff Tarkin was more of the governor of the Outer Rim territories, more on the political side than the military side, but he did have a lot of military influence also and was in the military. Pretty basic box here, not a lot going on. This was before they added the band at the bottom of the box. So you only got the one picture here, nothing else on the sides. Just a basic box, so let's go ahead and open this up. Alright, let's take a look at this cover art right here before we get to the figure. This is actually one of the least impressive ones I've seen so far. Not that the pose isn't great, but the quality of and the lighting of the photo just isn't that great. I forgot that he has this chair he comes with, I think, so that's pretty cool. That's a pretty great accessory for him to have, but yeah, not really. This is probably the first piece of artwork that I'm not really super impressed with. All the rest of them have been pretty great. Alright, so not a whole lot of accessories to work with here with this guy, and that's pretty reasonable because he's not really an action shot kind of figure. I think Tarkin was maybe in his mid-60s when he perished on the Death Star, so there's not a lot going on. The guy's probably just going to be standing or sitting in his chair most of the time. Like, it's not going to be fighting or anything like that. He comes with a few extra hands here, plus the 2 that are on him, so 6 total. Pretty good detail on these hands. There's some nice paint apps on there and freckles added on there to make it look like definitely this is an aged person's hands with the, you can see the veins in there. That's pretty cool. You got these kind of open palm or like hand maybe to rest an elbow on or something, and one that's kind of similar but for the opposite side, a little different. The pinky is separated there. This one all the fingers are separated. You got the thinking pose with the thumb you can rest on his chin, not really a fist, and a pointing finger, so that's pretty cool. He also comes with these 4 little access keys that just clip into the upper part of his jacket there on the sides of the shoulders. These are pretty small, not a whole lot of detail here. You got some bluing on the top and the rest is pretty much a silver cylinder, not a lot going on. But they're pretty cool. They're just tiny, so be careful not to lose them. Everybody and their mom seems to be mowing their lawn today, so I'll try to drown that noise out. We get the one good day in Washington so far this year. Let me take all the plastic off here and we'll get a good look at the head sculpt. Alright, here we have Tarkin without all the plastic on him. And I am completely blown away by the level of detail on this face. This is a little bit of an older figure now, but this is probably one of the best figure sculpts I have ever seen. This is amazing. The level of detail just on the chin, on the cheekbone, it's remarkable. The detail on the skin, the freckles, and all the wrinkles just everywhere. This is like spot on. This looks so good. The hair looks really good also. It's super slick, it looks amazing, and the eyes just pop with the light. This is the guy that made the call to blow up Alderaan with the Death Star. Pretty awesome looking. They captured his likeness really, really perfectly. Now I did put the little keys in the pocket here when I was unwrapping them. I find it slightly annoying that the clips don't clip onto this one. This one seems to be fine, but I know I can spend a lot of time and being super annoyed trying to get these to look just perfect, so for now I'm going to leave it alone. Also, I thought that the neck piece wasn't even there, but then I realized that there's a flap on this side, and I didn't pull it back any harder than this, and it just completely peeled away from the magnet that's right there. The glue is all dried out, and it did not stay at all. So it's kind of sticking up a little bit. It's a little bit of annoyance. I'm gonna have to find some glue. I don't know if I have the proper glue for this. The fabric is super thin, so I don't want to use like a super wet substance that'll bleed through. I don't know if I gotta use hot glue or what, but I'm gonna look into it. The body of the figure looks pretty sturdy. There's just a little bit of padding up on the back because he's a pretty skinny guy. There's definitely a tiny amount of padding in there, but it looks perfect if you ask me. The arms are double jointed, which is great. So he can put his hand all the way up to his mouth. I'm really not concerned about the shoulder joints too much. They do have good motion. There's nothing really getting in the way besides this jacket. The pants look phenomenal. The suit looks really good. The belt looks really good. Knees are double jointed also. Not that you would need to bend his leg up that high. But the boots are really cool. They're all the way up to the knees, and they're one piece, and they do swivel at the ankles. Pretty nice looking. Overall, this figure looks awesome. A little bummed that this kind of fell off right now. Not a whole lot to this guy. The suit looks great. He just looks like a very important Imperial officer, and it's cool to have this in the collection. Don't have a lot of Imperial officers. It's all troopers, so I would like more of these guys. I do have a Director Krennic whenever I do get to my Rogue One stuff, so having him out with this guy is going to look really good too. But let's see what else is in the box here. Alright, so we have this really awesome broken chair that it comes with. It's not broken, but I guess it just slides out right here. I don't know if this is actually a functioning piece. I do not want to break that, so I'm going to check it out here in a second. But really cool, just a basic plastic chair. There's no detail to it. The arms are curved, just like it looks like it does in the movie. But there's no like special paint or anything. It's just a matte finish. I need to figure out how to get this in here a little bit tighter without that falling off. So I don't think it's supposed to be that tall. Maybe it is, but I'll look at that in a second. Pretty nice. There's no wheels on the bottom. It just sits. So yeah. Well, I guess the wheels move a little bit so you can pose them, but they don't actually roll. It is a really tall chair. If you notice, if he was sitting in it with his butt about here, his head doesn't even reach the top of it. So that's pretty cool. Really tall. Looking back at the chair real quick, this knob right here is not a functioning screw. It's just kind of in there. So be careful with that. Do not try to twist that. You might break it off. You just kind of take the base piece here and line it up with the rod in there and just twist this all the way down. I pushed this one all the way down to the bottom, so it's maxed out. I don't know if that's the correct height for his legs to hit the floor. If not, you can just back this off a little bit to make it a little taller at the adjusted height that you would like. So the last thing on the box is the stand. It says Grand Moff Tarkin on it, just a regular Imperial floor base. I don't think I'm going to have Grand Moff Tarkin posed on this. I'll probably have him with the chair. So I might actually take this off and use this on one of the ones with the sand that I don't really like. These nameplates do pop off the front, so you can move them around if you want to, or just not have it on there at all. I do like the look of them. I like the silver naming. Yeah, just pretty basic stuff here. And that's all that's in the box. Alright, so that's all the stuff that comes in the box with this guy. Not a whole lot of accessories at all. It's just a chair. Alright, so that's all the stuff that comes in the box here. Not a whole lot at all. Just the extra chair and the little activation key access things he has here. So I'm going to mess with those and try to get this repaired, and then I'm going to do some posing. I'm got to get this fixed before I do any poses, or I think that just look really silly. So let me go do that, and then we'll see what kind of stuff we can come up with here. Alright, not a whole lot of crazy posing with this guy, but it is cool to get the chair with him, and I cannot get over how really good this head sculpt looks. It is so freaking good. Let me know if you guys think that this is one of the best head sculpts they've ever done down below. And if not, what do you think is better than this? Because I can't think of anything off the top of my head that looks better than this. It is really good. Last thing to do is to go find a spot for him on the shelf up there and put him up with the other A New Hope figures. And last thing after that is to open up Darth Vader and get him up there, and then that shelf's pretty much complete. So I'm pretty excited to get that all done with. So let's go find a spot for him. Alright, so here's Tarkin on the shelf here. I kind of turned the lighting down a little bit so you can see the more dramatic effect on his face, all the details in the shadows. He looks absolutely epic. I do have him sitting here in the chair just because I wanted to utilize the chair, although I did like the pose better where he had his hand behind his back and the other index finger up in the air. That was pretty cool. Maybe I'll change to that some other time. But I want him sitting in his chair like this so I can put Darth Vader behind him when I open up Darth Vader next. But this whole shelf is starting to look really cool. It's almost done, just need to add Darth Vader, and then the New Hope shelf is pretty much done. I'm gonna have to add an extra shelf back there kind of to match this other side where I have all the heroes on. So you got kind of the villains on one side and the heroes on the other. I really like this shelf. It looks really awesome. I want to go through my other shelves and rearrange and make them look kind of just like this. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this Tarkin. Did you pick him up back in the day? Did you skip him? Were you not collecting them but you want him? Let me know. I think he's pretty epic and I'm really happy to have him in here. It's just a bummer that glue kind of fell apart there, but we got it fixed, so that's not too bad. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys have a good one. Catch you later.